welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors, a RMJ Tactical Khukri Blackout rendition, if you will. Hey, before we get started, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. That number's going down, but anything above zero is too many. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. We back to blue over here. We support Leo. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law anymore. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. So here's, real quick, guys, I am not a veteran. I never have been. I am surrounded by veterans, and they are on my heart. I want to make that clear. Real quick on this, too. I love this damn Khukri. Big shout out to JR. You know when you get a package from JR, man, it's going to be badass. This is the RMJ Tactical, Ryan Johnson Tactical, Khukri Blackout. This thing is badass all day long. Now, I showed you the RMJ UCAP to show you those 3D G10 handles. I love the handles, love the grip on my UCAP and on this Khukri. Now, here are some quick specs. The steel is 80 CRV2. Rockwell's 57 to 58. The overall length's 15.5 inches. Blade length's 10.5 inches. Cutting edge is 9.6 inches. Blade thickness is 0.270 inches. Guys, this thing weighs 1 pound, 8 ounces. Now, again, the handle scales are G10, that 3D machine, and I love it. Kind of like a waffle type deal. I love it. This thing right here, it's 1 pound and 8 ounces. The sheath you can see there on my hip is a Kydex sheath with straps. Awesome sheath. Great carry, great fit. Now, here's the deal, guys. This thing is straight up wicked. Kind of like old Scabbers Ensemble there. We're headed to the swamp, so we tuck our pants into our socks there because ticks, you know, suck ass. Literally sometimes. But moving on. We're going to do all kind of stuff with this thing. I think, guys, this is the deal, and you can tell me, and I'm sure you will. One of the most misunderstood knives out there is the Khukri, or the Khukri design. People want to just regulate it to chopping and leave it be, and that's a mistake, because this is a do-all, do-anything knife. All right, you can do all kind of stuff. First few minutes of this video, we're going to do our normal stuff. We're going to cut everything we can. We do that little zip tie test if you're new. We don't do it to check sharpness. A knife certainly should be able to cut zip ties. We do it to check the edge, okay? We do it to make sure it doesn't bust the tip or anything like that. Now, this is the John Peters stab test. That's where we just stab the sidewall of a tire, and I'll be the first to tell you, it got a little sideways during this test. And again, if you're new here, we use the term test very, very, very loosely. Nothing we do is scientific. We just cut a bunch of shit up and run around the swamp. However, I got to tell you, this was a great stabber, and if somebody knew how to use it, it'd probably be a hellacious stabber. The thing is this, guys, we were able to pick up, I think, 2 to 3 pieces of that sidewall, about 1/4 inch thick. I've said this many, many times. I'll say it again here. If it'll go through a 1 inch, or a 1/4 inch, I'm sorry, a 1/4 inch sidewall of a tire, it'll penetrate what you need it to, okay, pretty much. And we're talking real world here. We're not talking zombie end of the world body armor bullshit, okay? If it'll penetrate a 1/4 inch sidewall of a tire, steel belted, it'll do what you need it to do in your everyday life. Now, right here, I just wanted to skin a little wire. It has 12 gauge wire, quick chop, no edge damage. So it's a heavier duty wire. I like doing this because when I located underground utilities, day in and day out, we'd have to strip wire. And what I've done, guys, I'll be the first to tell you, I say it every video, I'm the most redundant human being on the planet, but that's by design on some of these. You got to be able to strip wire. You got to be able to do certain things. We're going to cut some blast hose right here. This is sandblast hose. What I've done is I've picked some stuff that I literally use in everyday life. Probably 3, 4, 5 times a week, I've got to cut different things, or I have in the past. So for me, that's what I want to do. Like I said, nothing scientific. We like to call them more demonstrations around here. So I find things that I actually use a knife for, and show you and just see how the knife holds up. Now. That sandblast hose is incredibly dense, incredibly thick. This knife went through it pretty good. That sandblast hose is also steel belted. This is 2-inch ratchet strap. Let me tell you something real quick, guys. This thing has literally been in the sandblast pit for probably 4 months, laying in sand, water, and everything else. So for this Khukri to be able to go through it like this is pretty damn impressive. Yes, I'm having to pull on it. Yes, it's taken a couple times. But this shit right there is tough, son. Now, we're going to do another quick test right here. I love this one. We're just going to test the sharpness at the tip. Bam, right there. Blew through it. Plus, pretty good penetration on that ratchet strap, toe strap, whatever you want to call it. Chopped it a couple times, pretty good too. Now, I'm going to use the belly of the blade here and just basically crease it. And then go through it with the tip again. Just a little different thing here. We want to test the edge, the belly right there. And it does a pretty good job. I guess we could call it scoring it. Would probably be the better terminology there. And then we're going to take the tip and cut it. This 2-inch ratchet strap, in my opinion, and that sandblast hose, a lot of blades can go through it, yes, absolutely. But for a blade to do this consistently is impressive, okay? That means out of the box sharpness is pretty damn good. And I got this one straight out of the box, and we're going to cut some water hose. We're going to do a whole lot of this kind of stuff, and then we're going to head to the swamp to do some chopping. And again, guys, I would imagine this is a great chopper. There's no doubt. We're about to demonstrate that here. My point with a Khukri is this. You need to use it. We've discussed this yesterday. We'll discuss it today. We're going to discuss it every day forward. Guys, don't wait until your life depends on a tool to pick that tool up. All right? I was thinking about this today. The 3 knives I demonstrated yesterday had a blast, had a ball. They were all great. They all had 3 different handles. This is the 4th different type handle that I'm using in 2 days. Now, I love doing this. I absolutely love doing this. That's why I post as much as I do. Believe me, I don't do anybody any service. Trust me, I'm fully aware that I'm not needed to post every day or 5 days a week. I just enjoy it that much. This Khukri is a joy. You're going to see a couple deflections. Again, though, this is the 4th handle in 2 days. Some of it is getting back used into swinging a Khukri. Right there, we go straight through it. I'm getting more and more where I'll enjoy doing that style of chopping. I can really take my time, really put that Khukri edge where I want to. Now right here, we sink it in. And this will show you just how dense that hackberry tree is, all right? Do a little light batoning here, right through it, no problem. The knife performed insanely well. And I felt like as the video went on and I got more and more in tune to what I was doing, it worked better and better. You don't swing a Khukri like you do a Bowie knife. You just don't. You can and wear yourself out. Khukris are weight heavy forward, or weight forward heavy, however the hell you say it, meant for that weight landing at the point of impact, all right? They're the primary knife of the Gurkhas, some of the baddest men, seriously, on this planet. That cannot be denied. Phenomenal warriors. If you really want to see how to use a Khukri, look up Gurkhas and Khukris and you'll see something to be impressed with. What you're seeing here is a fat guy that's a novice at best, doing his best to do some damage to some wood. Now, here's the other side. I wanted to show a little bit of everything, all right? I want to show some batoning. Do you need to baton? Well, that's a debate we're not having here. Everything I do here, guys, it's not that I advocate batoning. It's not that I advocate. These are just everyday tasks that I think a lot of us use, or certain people use, and I want to show you how the knife performs. Now, if you don't think it chops as well or whatever, please take this into account. We don't lock the wood down. Basically, I'm holding it on that stump or I'm holding it in my hand, okay? That's how we're testing it. Real world, real life situation. I could very easily get some sawhorses, some clamps, clamp it down, and probably chop this in 2 in half the time, if not better. That's not real life. All right. Like I said, Friday night we had a severe storm, knocked a bunch of trees down. So I went out, cleaned up Fort Scab, Tongarooga. It's perfect. All right. Because I can get out there and use these. The tree hugging friends aren't upset. Nobody's upset. The only thing I cut down in this video that's live are the vines that choke trees. So my tree hugging friends should love me, not hate me. And there you have it. Now, right here, we're just processing up, guys. And again, when I'm using something like this, a recurve or a kukri, I want to demonstrate the control. Ryan Johnson, RMJ Tactical, has done a masterful job. Now, my little CAPT I carry a lot. It's one of my pocket fixed blades. I love it. This I love. RMJ, Ryan's designed several designs, tomahawks for CRKT. I love his designs. I love his knives, and I love this kukri. I really, really do. I love the build. I love the quality. No hot spots on that handle. Easy to control. Now, at 1 pound, 8 ounces, it's a little heavy, but not a bad heavy. That's the only way I know to explain it. I know that sounds weird. It's a very comfortable heavy. You know you have a solid tool in hand. Of course, it's full tang construction and all that. If you're into that, cool. If not, cool, whatever. But this is full tang. It is a weapon. It is a tool. It is a great knife to have on you at all times. I will say that. The thing came sharp out of the box. Real quick, I don't really talk a lot about fit, finish, and that kind of thing. But in this case, I feel like I need to. Because everything come out. The grind lines were perfect. Edge bevel's perfect. Beautiful presentation. Beautiful fit and finish. Just across the board, guys. Right here, we're cutting some vines, cutting some foliage. No problem. I cut it too short there. Way to go, dumbass. Anyway, and again there you go, Scab. Trust me when I tell you it cut it in twain. Now, we went through that gallon jug, and you see right there through a vine. Again, through the vine, we're going to catch it right here. That'll make up for the 2 that I sped through like a dumbass. Editing is not my strong suit. It's kind of like my dressing. They're not, you know. The ensembles old Scabber wears are questionable. Now, right here, we're going to do this by hand. Watch the deep chops. Watch the penetration right here. All right? Again, hitting it hard. It's digging deep. And you'll see when we get to this next part, great bites, great control. Again, didn't try to go crazy. That don't mean I'm not swinging hard. I want y'all to understand that. When I say I'm trying to keep it in control, I swing just as hard. Okay? But I'm letting the knife work. I'm letting it hit that sweet spot. Again, guys, if you have a kukri, you need to be using it. The only way you're going to get better at it is to use it. Now, right here, what I wanted to do is just trim up this little hedge, just for some different stuff, little shaving, little wood trimming, little control. Got about a minute left, guys. Listen, shout outs. Donnie B All-day. He's going to 10,000. Awesome dude. Go subscribe. Joe, Steel Forged and Fire. Awesome dude. Go subscribe. He's my partner on Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. That's my other channel. Blade Talk, Scab and Joe. Please go subscribe. And then Karl Ruedger and Eric Husyan, guys, they're closing in on 1,000. If you're not subscribed, there will be links in the description to all these folks. Go over, help them out, and let's support them. Now, VLAD Knives has a channel. I love VLAD Knives. Go over and subscribe. I know it's not in English, but they are cool people. Give them a sub. Give them some support. The Nutty Knife Guy, awesome dude. Again, Quick Hatch Knives and my boy Jason Dixon at Big Hungry Blades. Go check all them folks out. Check the description out. I love y'all. I'm Scab. You're not. Awesome knife. I'm gone, son.